welcome to our new episode. Today we are very excited because we're going to share this story about Seabin, which is a beautiful Australian innovation that started with the creation of ocean cleaning bins and then evolved into a data monitoring of data collection of plastic that is in the waterways and to understand who is polluting the ocean, where the pollution is coming from, and who's responsible in terms of brands. Welcome, Pete. Thank you for coming.
Thank
Welcome,
you.
Pete.
Yay.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for coming.
I feel very special.
Yes, I love
The
it.
first Aussie guy on the series.
Yeah.
First English episode.
Our first English episode.
We're very excited too.
Yeah, so he's the CEO and the co-founder of Seabin, and most people will remember this viral video about this bean sucking in plastic, and a lot of people remember the brand because of that, but they don't know that it's more than that. It's data and accountability. So take us back where you actually came with the idea that this had to exist.
Yeah, so my friend Andrew Turton, he's the inventor, and he had the idea, if you have rubbish bins on land, why not put them in the water? Because there was, plastic pollution everywhere in the water. And we traveled the world a lot. We went to a lot of different countries, and there was always the same problem. And so we teamed up, and I used to be a product designer in another life, and I specialized in engineering and plastic, like plastic production and this type of thing. And so I knew how to further develop the prototype, and then we just started the business and we went for it.
Beautiful. Yeah.
That's amazing. When was the moment that you realized that you just cannot use CBNs, but you need to implement a way of measure as well while you are cleaning?
Yeah, so that was like a moment of personal and professional development. So we made a video, it went viral. There was like more than 1.2 billion views.
Oh, wow.
And then people were like, hey, these guys are experts, and they're asking us all these questions, and
Yeah.
we're not experts. We just had a cool idea, and we put it in the water. And then as we got a little bit smarter and starting to learn more about sustainability, I realized that cleanup is not the only solution. It needed to have education, because if we were smarter, we wouldn't have so many problems. And so I decided to follow, I wanted to copy Patagonia.
Yeah.
They have for-profit conservation business. They do a lot of education, and I decided that we would do for-profit conservation, we would make money, and we would clean up, but then we would also start to focus on data.
That's amazing. So this is a lot more than just cleaning. It's like data as well. That's so important to have that information.
Yeah, it's like we get data from the cleaning, but we use the data to prove of what's in the water, to hold polluters accountable. We use it for supporting legislation, new policies, reporting, sustainability programs. Like the data is king.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, but you mentioned as well something called mandatory nature reporting. Can you please tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah. This is going to be the world's biggest game changer for nature. The nature market is starting to emerge. It's valued at about $7 trillion. You guys heard about the climate market, or climate, carbon offsets, credits, this type of thing. Okay, so climate carbon is one vertical. It's only one little bit of nature. And so all of nature, people are now putting a price on it. And plastic waste will be included as a vertical in the nature market. And extended producer responsibility means that if you produce a chocolate bar that has a soft plastic wrapper and it ends up in the environment, you will be responsible. The person that purchased it will be responsible, and there will be a price to pay that is included in that. And this is how it generates revenue and investment. This is how companies like Seabin will get paid. This is how other companies and not-for-profits will also have money. And we can't wait. So mandatory nature reporting is, it will be by law that you have to. We made 1 million Kit Kats. We only recycled 6%. And so 94% of our Kit Kats are in the environment. And so by law, you have to report on this. It started with carbon this year. If you make over $1 billion and you have more than 1,000 employees, you have to report on your carbon.
Your emissions.
And emissions, can you reduce them? If you cannot reduce them, you have to pay for planting trees or some other
Decarbonization.
Exactly.
So already Seabin is collecting the data that will soon be mandatory for government and companies.
Correct. Correct. So we've got, we started in 2020, so we now have 5 years of data. We know who the brands are that are polluting the water.
Coming for you.
Yeah, microplastics. You know, we have the data, we know who they are. And so, yeah, we're just working on this and helping shape this nature market as well.
That's amazing, Pete. Okay, now we want to hear some impact stories, Pete, and know what Seabin is doing right now. For example, the partnership with Sydney Airport.
Yeah, absolutely. So Sydney Airport reached out to us. They saw us on Instagram and Facebook. They had some problems with plastic pollution ending up on one of the beaches next to the airport. But the majority of the plastic pollution is not from the airport, it's from the surrounding council, other businesses, and they wanted to include plastic pollution in their sustainability initiatives. And so we have a 5-year plan with Sydney Airport to understand exactly what's in the water and then to implement upstream solutions as well as the removal. And so we'll be collaborating with local councils, obviously the airport, some of their vendors, like hopefully companies like Qantas or other ones. And yeah, essentially want to reduce and remove the amount of plastic pollution in the waterways, and then we need to focus on the Cooks River, which is Australia's most polluted river, and all of this feeds plastic pollution into Port Botany and then into the ocean.
I have a question for you, Pete, as well. We know that you shift of calling your sponsorships to partnerships.
Correct.
Why is that so important to you, and how that changed in the company?
Yeah, so we started to change our terminology. We want to seem less like a charity because we're a business. And we think that like charities are amazing. You know, charities are absolutely we depend on them for so much. But we need to make money. We need to have an impact. If you want to have an impact, you have to have tools. You have to have equipment. You have to have a team. You have to pay them. You know, you have to pay the rent and you have to pay the mortgage. And so we decided to stop using the term sponsorships and use the term partnerships because essentially these are our partners that we're working with.
It looks like instead of like inviting the brands, you are trying to make them part of your own business as well.
Yeah, correct. Integrating these companies. So we only have I think it's 11% funding is from state and federal government, which is a little bit disappointing.
Yeah, very low.
But 89% of our revenue comes from private sector. So we have beer companies, we have bikini companies, pharmaceuticals. And these are the ones that they don't really have a big plastic footprint, but they want to do more for the environment, and they want to do more to be sustainable. Sorry.
Okay, Pete, you've mentioned this idea of scaling city by city. You were in Sydney, now you want to go Melbourne. Can you explain a bit more about this idea?
Yeah, so I'm always sort of thinking about the bigger picture and the near future, long term, and we figured if we're going to clean up in one city, we can clean up in another city and more. And so, we want to operate in as many cities as we can. And so for the near term, we would like to scale our operations from Sydney into Melbourne, create employment. So we would create initially 3 full-time jobs, environmental technicians and a marine scientist, data manager.
Amazing jobs.
And really cool jobs. And it's a very public-facing project, but what I did, and me and the team, we designed the business model so that within 3 or 6 months we can scale to another city and hire the people we need, get the equipment, and we're operational. And it doesn't matter if it's Melbourne or Paris or Tokyo or Buenos Aires.
Or Chile.
Or Chile. You know?
And you talk about healthy competition between cities.
Yes, this is
Who's
a
the
good
most
one.
sustainable?
No, it's a really good perception. Yeah.
Yeah, so we've been operating in Sydney for 5 years, and the city, they don't really like us because they don't want to be accountable, because what we found was the plastic pollution in the water comes from the city streets, right? And so the city of Sydney are tasked with managing the street litter. They're doing an okay job, but it's not perfect, and there is a lot of room for improvement. And so we've been getting a lot of pushback. We're not getting the support that we want, even though they're responsible for the majority of the plastic. And so we figured if we can scale into Melbourne, which is another really big, amazing city, we can create some friendly rivalry of who is the most sustainable, who is doing the most for the environment, who is doing the most for plastic pollution. And we would like to play one against the other, but having the environment and the ocean as the winner.
100%. Pete, you also offer part of your personal shares to your employees. That's such a bold move for a founder. What motivated you to do that?
Yeah, so I realized that for the last 5 years, I hadn't built a very good business model, and I needed to, instead of focusing on growth, I needed to focus on profitability. We weren't pricing our products enough, we weren't pricing our services, and I was like, man, what are we going to do? And so I designed a new business model so that we could hit profitability, but to do that, I asked the employees to take a salary reduction for 3 months, I think it was. And as a reward for doing that, I offered $1 million of my own personal shares to the employees. And they had to stay for 12 months, and then they would get the shares. And so we just did this now. And
I wish I had that kind of a boss.
yeah.
I've never had this experience before.
Seabin is not just cleaning ocean, it's more like redefining the sustainable leadership business.
Yes, as well.
Oh, thank you. But like, honestly, like, I just read the book. It's called Let My People Go Surfing by Yvonne Chouinard, who's the founder of Patagonia.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's not.
Patagonia.
Yeah, I do. It's like
We
he's
all
like
love
my
Patagonia.
man
We love
crush.
Patagonia.
Yeah, the dude's like my man crush, and it's not.
But
it's-
your guru.
Yeah, exactly. It's not just about surfing, but I just, I saw like they have these really good morals in business,
So
better
good.
business.
And profitable, like everything.
Well, profit doesn't have to be evil.
No.
You're using it to have more impact and expand, and you need impact to find investment. You need profitability to find investment. Although if you're not profitable, you don't get investment, you can't scale up, you can't make a bigger impact.
Yeah, that's perfect. So for all the people that is watching us today and is feeling very inspired by the story of Seabin and you want to get involved, how they can get involved in Seabin?
There's a whole bunch of ways. So if you go to the website,
All right.
www.seabin.io, you can get in contact with us. You can become a citizen scientist or a volunteer. But the biggest one is we have an investment round on at the moment. It's crowdsourced funding, which means you don't have to be rich and you don't have to be on Wall Street to invest. You have to be over 18. It can be anywhere in the world, and for as little as $250, you can buy shares in the company. And so it's not a huge amount. If something goes bad, you're not going to lose the house. Hopefully not. And we just wanted to make it more affordable to raise investment, because
That's
a lot
incredible. I'm buying now.
Yeah.
I'm buying one
Amazing
today.
opportunity for
Yeah.
everyone who cares about the ocean, who cares about the planet.
Elon Musk, are you listening?
Yeah, Elon, come on.
Instead of spending money to go to Mars, let's go.
I think that
go
goes
to
a
the
long
ocean.
way.
Yes.
Yeah, I actually signed in for the information on the website for the investment round and everything, and they send you the info. So if anyone, like people doesn't know how to start, you just sign
guide
in
you, yeah.
and they'll guide you.
Yeah, cool.
It's a great initiative, Pete.
Yeah, well, we
done.
just found that a lot of people are concerned about the environment, but they're also overwhelmed and they don't know where to start. Do you join a group? Do you join a volunteer thing? And it's like, we can, you know, support us, we can make more impact, and you can be part of a, you know, a bigger purpose, you know.
Yeah. I agree.
So
Beautiful.
We're also ocean lovers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially
Ocean lovers.
us that we live here. So yeah, I love this initiative. Someone who cares about the ocean, about the nature. Of course, we live in a beautiful country, but this, for me, it means a lot
We are
because
very excited
I
to
love
have you.
surfing and I love seeing the ocean clean and
Yeah.
protect, of course, the marine animals. So well done, Pete.
Yeah.
There is
Is there
nothing
any-
worse to be like on a nice beach in Bali, for
Yeah.
example, and just see like
Full of
crab
plastic.
everywhere. It's just a killer vibe, you know. And imagine if you
Sad.
take that. Imagine people that lives in those surroundings, you know, like India and all that
Yeah.
countries, like that are more polluted.
And a lot of people
Absolutely.
wants to help, so maybe now is the opportunity.
Yes,
You
now
can
is the
start for only
opportunity.
$250.
Pete,
Yes, not too much.
is there any message that you would like to spread to the people who's going to be watching the
Yeah.
podcast?
Look, if the podcast is out and we're still raising investment, like click on the website and check it out. We need more support. But it's little things that add up to make the big change that we all want to see. So if you refuse single-use plastics where you can, if you bring a coffee cup, reusable water bottle, you know, this is the stuff that, yeah, look at us go.
Yeah.
This
have my
side's
one
good.
there.
I'm sure there's somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, just be more mindful with your
Yeah.
purchasing, and support other companies that are doing good for the environment with your purchasing. So if you're buying shampoo and one helps the rainforest or the koalas and the other one doesn't, you know, choose the one that has more purpose.
Yeah.
Because we vote with our money,
Yes.
and
Yeah,
this
we
is
vote
the
with our
way we
money.
can change the world, because
Yeah.
there's only a minority of people that care about the environment and the animals, but everybody cares about money. So if we work out how to add sustainability and money together to have conservation, then this is the way, you know, that we're going to fix the world. This is the nature market.
Beautiful. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming.
Yes,
Pete.
thank you for coming.
you.
And yeah.
We're going to go now.
Yes.
Thank
See
you,
you next
everyone.
time.
See you next time.
See ya.
Bye.